And so it begins. There's so much that's like going on that I'm not able to document through videos effectively enough, which is why I feel like I should start this talking segment again, at least for today, because today's also a special day. It's day 30. We're in September. Today is actually 9/11. There's a lot of emotions and feelings that go on with this time of year, specifically September. I feel like that's maybe amplified a little bit because of where I am here being in Mississippi. There's a hurricane that just made landfall along the Texas-Louisiana coast, and we're gonna try and take my suggestion from before, which is to venture outside of Jackson because I'm not feeling Jackson, long story short, and we're gonna try and make the most of this anyway. We're going to a park, the Petrified Forest, which is a very interesting name. It didn't look that bad, and it's also raining, so we'll see what's going on. It's been drizzling ever since, the hurricane's on its way, so we're passing through a city called Pocahontas, which is going to be interesting too, so yeah. I'm running on a little bit of adrenaline right now because I trespassed in that park over there. Well, technically this whole thing is the park, but you get the point. I mentioned today is a special day, day 30. It's for what I'm going to consider 1 month into this road trip. I want to bring up a point about our conditioning and how different it has been. I feel like when you're brought up in a single place or many instances of the same type of place, we all get conditioned and we don't understand this conditioning until we do things like travel and or just interact with the world, open ourselves up to change in whatever way that makes sense for our lives and the way that we understand it. And it's happened enough times for me to consider it a huge milestone for me in this road trip, in the sense of most times when I'm driving around now, I have to do so many double takes because what I think is one thing is actually another thing. And that could be static objects such as buildings, fire hydrants, light lampposts, fences, whatever structures that exist here. And a lot of times what I mistake these things as is people. And I would say out of the times where I'm not sure whether it's a person or an inanimate object, probably about 15% of the time it's an actual person, but a lot of times it's not. And whether it's a person or not is not the big deal. The big deal is me not being able to identify objects in the world around me. And when we consider objects, right, things that we see, things that we interact with, the fact that I've been so used to certain objects in a certain way throughout my experiences so far that I am questioning my confidence in object detection, essentially the thing that we're training AI, robotics, just anything technological to do, is highlighting the fact that the problems we're facing with technology only really exist because technology doesn't have the conditioning that we have as humans. And when we go out and make assumptions based off of our biases, conditioning, and preconceived notions of our beliefs and values, when we want to make intelligent things, it's just a sad story for the future and where we go from here because of the semi-critical, it's been critical at many points, but the critical turning point that we are and where technology is and how it relates to human development, the earth and the environment around us, the universe in general, in terms of our understanding of the universe and what we do to the universe as a result of our understanding of the universe. And I guess like just to end that point there, like the whole point of me mentioning something like that is because one of the things that I'm hesitant of as I'm going about the remainder of this road trip now is whenever I have to interact with people who are used to the world that they grew up in. And that's a lot of people that I've known before I started the road trip, essentially. Assimilating back into that life after the road trip ends will be interesting, and it's something that I'm trying to start to prepare for now. So that was kind of heavy all at once, and I didn't really mean for it to be as intense as I kind of made it just now. But it's something that's on my mind. It's something that as I go out through the rest of my approach to this trip, I'm gaining more and more awareness about the energies that I'm encountering and interacting with, and how that's influencing my ability to do the things that I said I would do before I started this road trip, and the things that I'm deciding to do as I continue on this road trip. The last few days have been kind of like blah, and half of that, or some part of that, is due to Mississippi just being a state that I don't resonate with. All land has energy, right? All land has existed before humans in that sense. And the thing that I don't like about Mississippi is not necessarily the land. The land is a little questionable in my sense, and I shouldn't say that on the land that I'm standing on right now. But I love Mother. If you noticed, I was gonna say I love Mother Earth, and then Mother Earth kind of like said, slap that camera down. Um, I respect life, right? Everyone knows this. But the energy that the people have here is definitely draining me. I came out from Jackson a little bit to come to this petrified forest, which is a national recognized something. And it's not as bad here in terms of the energy that I'm encountering. The reason the camera keeps falling is because it's raining, and the water's definitely hitting spots on the phone that it's like slipping and or like getting heavier, and just like it's on a very delicate balance right now. But I'm gonna take that as wrap this up. So I appreciate the experiences that I've gained so far, and I know that 11 months in the future from now, I will definitely be a much different person than I was when I started this. And 1 month in, I have a lot of the same habits, but my logic and ideology is changing a little bit, and I have to change my habits, change my behaviors to create new habits to encompass all the things that I'm learning and all the things that I believe in now. And like the belief that all life is precious, the belief that there are right and wrong things, like a lot of those things I had from before, but what I'm saying, ideology, is the method of practically applying that stuff in real life, and the experience that goes into helping others to understand what it is that I'm saying, I'm believing in, and reconciling other people's choices with my own choices, and seeing what the best method for us to operate into the future is. A lot of this particular video, like a lot of other ones, but specifically this one, is that I'm watching some of my videos from like a month or 2 months ago, even like 3 months ago, and I see the difference, and I appreciate the reminders that I'm giving myself through these videos. And a lot of this is a reminder as I go into the future to kind of give me that repetition and help me solidify the understandings that I have about life and what I've gained and how we can use that into the future. So for those of you watching, September, fall, water, wind, change, experience, warmth, and the true essence of life. Words that are describing this feeling in the moment, even though they don't have a well put together structure right now. I love you guys. I love life. I love lots of things. Don't know if you guys can see the rain, but it's raining.